years we've ever had, and I think 2020 would have been our biggest year. We had the most bookings, most festivals, so COVID completely just wiped my whole industry out, as you know. And I didn't take it very well. We were actually over in Oman, in United Arab Emirates, playing at a royal wedding when Dublin. Went into lockdown and actually just made it back to Dublin. The whole country went into lockdown. And, I came back to a really strange situation here. My wife was due our second baby in May. So this was maybe 2 months to go till the baby. My income was gone. My wife was a veterinary nurse. She was out of work. So, I didn't take it very well, and I kind of used that lockdown as the kind of a bit of a self-pity potty kind of thing. I was at home. I was stuck in a rut. I was drinking too many nights of the week. It was kind of like a holiday, I suppose, before, because I thought it was going to come back. I never thought it was going to go on as long as it went on. And I fell into such a bad rut. And I made a decision myself one day, just about a week after our girl was born, our second child, that I was going to make a change anyway in myself. As I need to look in the mirror, didn't like what I saw. I was just not, I wasn't sleeping well. Obviously, with a new baby, you're not sleeping great. But I was just in a bad rut. So I kind of made the decision. And then 2 months later, middle of July 2020, my wife, I want to do this program. Like, I have to do this. I was like, oh, here we go. This is when the skeptic side maybe kicked in. But she had a C-section on her second child, so her scar was still healing. She wasn't able to do any exercise. No squats, no leg lifts, and she did like to go do yoga. She did like to go to the gym. It was just completely different to our first pregnancy. She just wasn't able to get back training. She was getting herself stuck in a rut, And so she just said, "Look, this will give me structure. I'll start a health journey. Maybe you'll join in." Of course, I didn't join in. Like the second that the products ordered, she started to shred, and I sat back and watched her results. They're just incredible. The difference in her mood, the difference in her energy. She lost a lovely amount of weight on her first shred, and then I joined in on the second one then. Because I too, even though I had been training for 2 months out the back garden, no gyms, I just had a pull-up bar, I wasn't seeing the results. I was still holding lower back fat, my lower abs. I knew, and I was doing cardio twice a week. I was going for runs, but it was down to my diet, So I went on the products. I started eating healthy food. I started my own health journey, and I was just blown away by my results. So both of us were converted. We both believed, and that was the start of it. That's when we joined the business. And I think not like the lifestyle I used to live was late nights on the road. We were a nightclub act a lot of the time, playing in clubs with DJ sets. So it was 12 o'clock, 12:30 start till like 2:30 in the morning, and then you pack up. o'clock, you're hitting the road. You know, you're drinking coffees on the way home. You're drinking Monster. You're doing anything to wait to get back to your house. And like, you're getting up the next morning and you're tired. You know, you're going to get up for your kids, but you're not going to be yourself. You know what I mean? You're going to be knackered. You're going to be cranky. You might be snappy. Like, it was the complete opposite of what the lifestyle. That you're supposed was starting to give us, you know. My second thing for adaptive would be just to go. My second thing for adaptive would be just to go all in. As Shannon said earlier on, I'm just so glad we went all in. I said to Nikki, look, if we put 6 months into this business, just give it our all for 6 months, and then after the 6 months, you know, we might decide it's not for us, or maybe it will be for us. But at least, like, if you haven't given anything 100% in your life, give it to this business. Just go all in and just, make a decision in 6 months time, see what I can do for you. And my last adapting thing would be to lose your mood hoovers, like to call them. That took me quite a long time to do, maybe 5-6 months into the business. I was still clinging on to people who were just sucking the life out of me, that weren't supporting my journey, that would have negative things to say. Some of these people, like, are your close friends and your family, and I just made a decision just to cut them, just stop entertaining them and just, invest my energy and time into people who were in the business or, who were showing support and our customers. And it's like strange people will probably support you more than your own family and friends in this business. And I think one of the main reasons for that is that, your family and friends, they find it hard because they come from the same place that you came from, and if you can understand that, I think, you'll be able to just not let it bother you and then just really focus on what's important, and that's your why. And your why is, for me, my why is my kids and their future and what we're building for our family, and just try and focus on your why, have a really strong why, and I think, you won't go wrong, we'll go in the right direction,
Fantastic. I think we can all relate to so much of what you said there, certainly with the pandemic as it's been. I mean, also, I think it's changed so many people's lives and the choice of maybe what they're doing with a career and wanting to spend more time with the family, do a week rather than 5 days a week, do it in 4 days a week, trying to do actually something different. I mean, here you are now. Well, by the way, we'd love to hear your saxophone. We have to get you on a Juice Plus stage, don't we, guys? One of my favorite instruments as well, I think, probably like a lot of people watching this now. Conor McGrath, Juice Plus convention on stage, yes. So you need to keep practicing, by the way. Okay. Let's go on to another topic now, which is that of motivation. And I think this is really key for all of us in life, is to get up in the morning with a bit of a spring in our step. I think it's very, very important to love what you do. And Damien, this is a question for you really, of how you work this within your business, and give us some tips how you motivate yourself, but also how do you keep your team motivated? What top tips have you got for us on this?
It's a great question, to be honest. I think it's something which a lot of people, I guess when we started, we've had to go through a kind of growth journey in this area, and we used to kind of tell people what to do, cracking the whip sort of thing. Because I think coming from the corporate, well, there is an element of that sometimes, especially in my.
Internet is fluctuating.
Job, my experiences, and I just think this business actually allows us to inspire people, which doesn't happen a lot in the corporate world. One thing which we do is focus on creating a positive environment where it doesn't matter what level or how much time commitment you've got. You are going to be celebrated just for taking part and just showing up and doing small actions and small wins on a day-to-day basis. And I think that actually provides a degree of consistency. Within your team, because when they see
Is it my internet or their internet?